Hey guys, what is going on today? Bojo here, and we are back for our NHL 16 BGM following the Philadelphia Flyers and your first place in the NHL, Philadelphia Flyers. So we started off our year 3 simulation last time, and we currently got off to a good start with a record of 17-5-2. So first place in the entire NHL, first place in our division, obviously. And the Phantoms had a pretty good start as well, going 13-6-1. So everything is going pretty well for this team right now. We're going to do a little bit of maintenance work before we get started for this simulation process. So a bunch of you guys have been giving me some suggestions of roster moves and things that I could do to better improve my prospects and make sure that they progress. So one of the things I did see in the comments section down below was that calling up and down Sam Morin, you know, going from the AHL to the NHL, the way you guys are putting it doesn't seem like it's a good idea because of the fact that he's getting called up and called back down. He's losing morale, gaining morale, losing morale, gaining morale. So that's not really a good thing for him. So what I think I'm going to do in this episode is go into free agency and sign a player that would be comfortable in a depth defenseman role that could help out on this team. I did a little bit of pre-scouting, so I know there are a couple players like that. And then the same thing for the offense as well. I got to make sure that I always forget to do this when I play GM modes with injuries on. I have to make sure that when I do free agency, I have to sign those depth players that would be, you know, comfortable in a depth position role on the team, that if in case of an injury happens, they can just stay up on the NHL team and then be filled in every now and then when an injury does happen. So I got to make sure that I do that. I think I'll leave Morin in here for the next 2 games, but once Hag is back, I'm going to put Robert Hag back in Morin's spot and send down Sam Morin and not call him back up for the rest of the year. We'll let him play his top 2 time down there in the AHL. So another thing that I could do is, since, you know, depth players, even though they're not really considered depth forwards, what I can do is, even though you guys have seen the lineup here for the AHL, Pierre-Edouard Bellemare, Pelujai, and Van de Velde currently are not in the lineup. So what I can do is just call all 3 of those guys back up here to the NHL squad, because I do believe I have enough prospects down there that I can throw into the throw in for injuries if they do happen. So let me just double check on that. So let me see. If I look at centers, Van de Velde's not playing, and we have Waugh, McGall, and Magali that are still not playing on the NHL team. So they can easily get put in there. So Vandy can easily get called up to the NHL team. So we're going to do that right there. Some people might lose morale, some people might gain morale, but that's because of the thing. A lot of people are actually going to gain morale because of it too. Bachman's going to lose because some people leave, but that's all right. All right, so same thing with Bellemare. He's on a one-way deal, but then again, I don't have a need to have these guys playing in the AHL right now anyway. So I'm going to call all 3 of these guys up to the team just because they're the highest overalls on the squad. So I want them to, you know, get the best overall and potential that I can get. Because see, once again, we have Goalborn who's not playing. I don't believe Lindbaum is playing either. So those guys can obviously stick to it. And then same thing with Pelujai. He's not playing either. He's a 76, but still, we can call him up to the squad. And that is it for that. Defenseman, there's no other defense that we need to call up because Brandon Manning, he's not a depth defenseman. He's a minor league top 2. So we can just leave those guys for right now. Robert Hag's not going to be back for 9 days. So we can go to player morale because I know a couple of guys want to have some meetings, which is going to be Chris Van de Velde. Sure. Thanks for the opportunity. You have to prove you can stay up here. I got my eye on you. Negative effect. Okay. Just telling you like it is, Chris. And let's go to... Can we go to free agency from here? No, we can't. All right, so let's go to free agency. Just sign maybe 1 or 2 forwards for each. I already think we have enough forward prospects, so I'm not really concerned about that. I do want to make sure, though, I get a defensive, maybe 1 or 2 defensive depth players. And as you guys can see, too, Martin Hansel's still sitting here in free agency. He's 30 years old, 87 overall. Nobody picked him up, so it's interesting that nobody picked up Martin Hansel in the free agency this year, so that was pretty interesting. So if we go to defense here, there are a couple guys that are in our depth role, which would be happy as playing a depth role, which would be Mark Barberio and Nate Schmidt. So If we take a look at either of these guys, I think I would rather take Barberio just because he has a better physical category and a better defensive category than Schmidt does. And he's a little bit more physical too, even as an offensive defenseman. Even though, they're both offensive defensemen. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to take Barberio here. I'm going to sign Mark Barberio for a 2-way deal. Like I said, 1 year, just as a depth player. Like I said, he's going to be expecting a few offers. I'm not going to sign Schmidt since I think we're good. If Barberio gets hurt, or if another defenseman or two get hurt, then, then we could easily throw in. We'll have to call up Morin without a question. But there are still some other guys down here. They're like minor league top 2s. And some guys with top 4 potential, like Beaulieu is still sitting up here. There's some guys that are comfortable in top 6s, like Gleason, Schultz. We could get Schultz back. Belmore, Keith Ollie, Michael Jordan, Marchenko, Schuster. So there are a lot of guys out there that definitely can play on our squad. So that's about it for there. Let's go to edit lines because we do want to make just one line edit, and that's going to be editing up our penalty kill. So that was our only weak point so far, was indeed the penalty kill. So let's see, what is the problem on our penalty kill? Could be Sam Warren, the fact that he's playing on a penalty kill. So I think I'm going to take Sam off and play somebody in there a little bit better. Probably has to be Delzato, to be honest. Yeah, as much as I want Deli in there, I think I'm going to have to put Deli in there. So let's put Delzato in there. And then is Provorov really working out on the penalty kill? It might not be. I think since Coots has had a lot of increases in his potential, I think I'm going to give Coots the center job. I'm going to maybe take Kruger off, even though he has the best like defensive stats. Maybe we take Kruger off and put somebody else in, or maybe we switch Ryan White and Kruger up. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to switch Kruger and White up, and then maybe I move Provorov up to the top pair and Luke Shen down to the bottom pair, so that we have a good defensive player with a not so great defensive player, good defensive player with a not so great defensive player. I think that'll work. We'll just do those little line edits right there. The the three-man penalty kill. I think we're fine. We'll just move Provorov up, Luke Shen take off, and then we'll put Delzato in for Sam Warren. Okay, so we'll do that with the penalty kill. That's all we will do. We'll leave Couturier and Kruger in for that, and we should be getting answer from Barberio in a couple of days. So let's send to the next game up against the Toronto Maple Leafs, and I think we're good to go. Okay, multiple morale changes because of recent roster moves. Nothing back from Barberio yet, so that's interesting. Nothing back from him yet. All right, so we know Hag's going to be coming back soon, so let's just do these games one game at a time, because I know we'll be getting some things that have happened. There you go, a shutout. Adam McQuaid is being placed on waivers from the Boston Bruins. Let's take a look at Adam McQuaid. He's a penalty machine. Top 6, 82 overall. I don't like the penalty minutes. Sorry, Adam McQuaid. You take way too many penalties for my liking. So still nothing back from Barberio yet. Interesting. All right, let's simulate up to the game against the Blackhawks. Brandon Manning's been injured with a mild concussion. His estimated return is December 14th, so he's out for a week and a half, 2 weeks. But Barberio has signed with the team. I'm just going to replace the player. Barberio is on the squad. Good, he's be happy in a depth role. Let's go back here. We got to go to player morale. Okay, go to player morale. Go to player morale. Brandon McMillan. Seems like, yep, we know. We know we're doing a good job here, McMillan. I know. All right, let me just make sure that Barberio's on the team up here. He's not. I have to call him up, I think. Yeah, he's on the AHL team. Let's see. You need to perform on a high level, so don't slack on fun there. Positive effect. I like Barberio already. It's already doing a lot better jobs than the NHL team. So let's go to roster moves again, because I'm going to call up Barberio. Well, actually, he might be playing in Manning's spot. Hold on, let's go to edit lines. No, I'm doing a lot of micromanaging here, so I'll try to keep this to a minimum for you guys this episode, but I want to see if Barberio is actually playing in, he is playing in Manning's spot. So you know what we'll do? We'll wait till Brandon Manning comes back from injury, and then we'll call up Barberio. So we'll do that. We'll wait on him for that, and then we'll call him up once Brandon Manning gets back in there. All right, so let's do a little bit of, just want to get, once again, simulate game by game, because Hag's going to be coming back here, scouting. Okay, so we did Russia 2 times. Let's go to the United States now for the forwards for 6 weeks. Remember, we gotta go for defensive prospects, remember, this year. Just want to scout the forwards up a little bit. There was our first loss in a while. Alright, it's back to the lineup. He will now begin to count to your roster in salary cap. You are over the roster limit and will need to send a player down to your AHL affiliate to fit under the NHL roster maximum of 23 players. Okay, so once again, I'm going to go to roster moves here. You know, we're going to go to defenseman. Actually, you know what? I'm going to cut all this out. I'll just do some micromanaging here. I'll cut away for you guys. I'll be right back. Alright guys, so we are back here. Just did the micromanaging. So, Morin is back down in the AHL. Hag is now back on our NHL team. So, with that being done, I think once Brandon Manning is back here, we'll do the call up of Mike? Is it Mike or Mark? I think it's Mark Barbario. And then we should be good to go here. So, Morin is done on the NHL squad. He, like I said, that morale thing was hurting him. So, he dropped back down to an 80 overall. So, I definitely think that was affecting him in a way. But let's simulate up tier to the 14th or until we get a pop-up of Brandon Manning returning to the lineup. And Travis Sanheim is out with a neck strain. He's out for December 19th. Okay, edit lines manually. Here we go again. So second line edit of the video. Barbario is up on the squad here. He's playing on the bottom 6 with Ivan Provorov. So hopefully Travis Sanheim will be able to get back here within a couple of days. So hopefully we won't lose many games of this. Bachman's injured with a concussion, January 3rd, so he'll be out for a little bit, so replace the player. That's for the AHL squad, don't need to worry about that all too much. Oh my god, it's 76. 7-6 matchup there. Okay, Brandon Manning is available to play in the team's next game for Lehigh Valley, so I'm going to do that real quick, and we'll be right back once again. Alright, so that line edit has been made, and we now just can hopefully go on with this video with some player morales. Alright, so McMillan. McMillan's been pretty good about his performance. Good work. That's good. No effect on him. That's fine. And then the AHL. Anybody else want to have a meeting with me? No. Good. All right. So hopefully we'll be able to get Travis Sanheim back in a couple days here, and then he'll be ready to go. All right. So let's continue to go here. Simulate some days, barring no injuries happen. We should be good to go. All right. Travis Sanheim is back. Good. Exactly as I expected. All right. So let's do this lineup. Add up now. Alright, so hopefully that is all done for this video, barring any more damn injuries, but I forgot to insert Travis Sanheim into the lineup for those 2 games, and he was not happy about that. So being scratched is not something I think is warranted. I know it's not ideal. I have confidence that it will be temporary, but you're back in the lineup, so you're good. Positive effect, good. And he's happy again because I forgot to play him those 2 games. So he's back to being happy, which is exactly what I needed from him. Where is he at? Sanheim. There you go. Okay, so he's good. He's happy again. Good. Okay. So, let's keep going here through this month. Hopefully no more injuries do happen. And let's see if we can just finish up at this month here. See if we can go a week without, you know, losing morale or, you know, getting any damn injuries, because that would be fantastic. All right, so we're getting some wins in there. Getting some wins, nice wins after a loss there. There you go, a week of wins. I like that. Shootout win, then 2 shootout wins, and all that fun stuff. All right, Ulf Bachman's available to play in the team's next game. That is an easy switch for me, so I'm not going to cut away for that. So all that's going to entail is that Jesper Peterson gets switched with Delisle, and Bachman can go back into the lineup here for the AHL squad. And that is all that needs to be done there with that, and we're done with that month. All right, so not many games here in this month, so once again we'll just simulate another month here, and we should be good. All right, and Bachman's injured with a concussion. He's back out again. All right, well, he's gonna, you know, he'll be out down the team for a little bit, but we'll see. I'll have to maybe sit a good bit before I actually play him in a game again. All right, there's 2 losses in a row. Not something we want to see. Player morale. Okay, let's see who wants to have meetings. We can hold a team meeting too. Sean Couturier wants to have a meeting. It's like a second family. Good, that makes me happy. The locker room is a good place to be. No morale effect, that's fine. AHL guys. Palujai's not happy because he's not playing. Let's see, no effect on him. I know he's not playing right now. He's kind of unhappy, which is not ideal, but then again, it's where we have to be with him right now, because I had to send him down. I had to send him back down because I needed a roster spot. So let's hold a team meeting here and play smart with passion. This is against the Penguins. It's against the Penguins, so there you go. It's a good meeting. All right, let's continue on here. Can we get that win against the Penguins to snap our win streak? There you go, 4-1 win. Good job. 30-10-2. Still a really, really good record. Very good record. All right, there's 2 losses again in a row. All right, let's do that scout again. I'm going to go back to the United States of America, and we're going to do the defenseman now for 6 weeks. Like I said, the draft is a lot weaker than normal this year, so we just want to scout the weird areas this year instead of the CHL. A couple losses this month, 4 losses this month. That's probably the most of we've had so far the month. But more player meetings. Here we go. Provorov wants to have a meeting with us again. I wish everybody in the locker room just put aside their differences and focus on winning. This guy's really stepping up as a young leader right now. Yeah, we'll contemplate some changes. Ivan, we'll contemplate it. Team meeting again. Another big rivalry. I think we're playing the Capitals, so once again, we'll just go with the second option because it works. And nobody in the AHL wants to have a meeting either, so we'll check stats out after this video. Oh, it's against Pittsburgh again. And we lose 6-3. Yeah, so this has been a very strugglesome month, but it looks like we're doing our best to break 500 at least. Oh my god, 9-1. Okay, oof. Oh, that's a big hurt there. Steve Mason has been injured with a hip pointer. His estimated return is March 12th. Ugh. That is a very, very big loss right there. That is a huge loss for us, actually. That's a very, very big loss. All right, so we have to call up a goaltender here. We have to call up a goaltender, and it's got to be Stoli. Stoli has to get the call up here. Tomek, I think, can hold his ground right there in the AHL, but Stoli has to get called up. He has to. Yep, Stolars is... Ooh, he's on a one-way deal, though. I don't like that, because Stoli's on a one-way deal. I don't like that. Maybe I should call up Matej Tomek and then just, like, play, Christ. Hold on. I gotta make my roster moves here. Can I go to line edits? No, I gotta make the change there first. Shit. I don't like it because Stoli's on a one-way deal. Well, no, he doesn't have to go through waivers. Yeah, he's on a one-way contract with waivers. He's not eligible for waivers. So I think if I call him up, he won't be eligible. Let's see. If I call him up to the NHL waiver eligible, is Stolar's waiver eligible? I don't know what the hell happened there. Hold on. Let me go to defense first. Let me go back to the goaltenders. Waivers. Stolar's. Okay, good. So Stoli's not waiver eligible. That's good. Stoli is not waiver eligible, which is good. Okay, so we're fine in that department. I gotta go edit the lines now. That's a big loss there, losing Mace. He's out for at least 2 months, so now Neuwirth is gonna have to hold down the fort here. Novi is gonna have to hold down the fort without a doubt. All right, so Stoli gotta get Stolars has gotta get in there. Substitute Stoli in there, and then for the AHL, that means that Matej Tomek is going to get the majority of the starts, so that means we're going to play Connor Knapp or Martin Ouliette. I could sign one of my other goaltenders to play as well. That's probably something I could do, but for right now, let's play, let's see, Ouliette or Connor Knapp. Ouliette seems to be just a tad bit better, so we're going to play Ouliette. Substitute Ouliette in there. Alright, that's a big loss for us right there. That's a huge, huge loss for us, so we might have to maybe sign a Tendy. Hold on. Alright, let's simulate this one game here against the Ottawa Senators. And we get a shootout loss, so we'll take it nonetheless. Okay. So, that's a very big loss for us right there. That's a very big loss for us. However, we're still in a very, very comfortable spot right now. We're 32-14-3. So we're still in a very, very comfortable spot right now. Losing Mace for 2 months is really going to hurt us. Let's do the player morale first. Get an update on the stats. All right, Stoli, like I said, you're not going to regret it. Feel like you can contribute a lot. Oh, man. Where's that coming from? I got water right here. Okay. That's good. That's good, good, good. All right. Bourneville's up to an 81 now. He's still minor league scorer forward. Okay. All right, so let's take a look at the stats here first for those 2 months. That last month was a little bit rough, especially losing Mace, but let's see if this team can, pull it together. All right, so we still have 67 points, though. We're still 11 points ahead of the Pittsburgh Penguins, which is nice for our division. That's really good. We're holding it together in the Metro. It seems to be the Metro is very weak this year. We're still top team in the NHL, tied with the Edmonton Oilers, so that's good to see at the very least. Goals for per game, that's definitely come down a good bit, so let's check that out. Goals for per game, we're still third in the league at a 2.82, so that's still good. Goals against, we're still top 10 for goals against at 2.46 or 47 really. That's not bad. Power play is at like 19%, so that's around like 7th, which is good. And how many times are we on the power play though? Times on the power play, we're kind of in the middle, I would think, right? Yeah, kind of near the bottom-ish, actually. And then penalty kill, we are at a... Where's our penalty kill at? Penalty kill is at a 83.74, so it's still like an 84%, which is not bad. It still could use some work, but we're not gonna make any changes to that. And how many times shorthanded are we? We're one of the more disciplined teams in the NHL, so I'm not gonna complain. 14-7-2 at home, 18-7-1 on the road. Yeah, last 10 were 3-6-1, so dealing with a little bit of problems right now, but hopefully we can get it ourselves turned around a good bit. All right, so let's check out our forwards right now. Point total. So Giroux, not point a game player anymore, but still close to 46 and 49 games. Jake Voracek with 38. Braden Shen with 38 points in 49 games. Wayne Simmons with 37 and Sean Couturier with 34. So that second line is clicking a hell of a lot better this year, without a doubt. They're on pace for 50, 60 points, which is nice to see. At least 50 from them, which is what I want. TJ Oshie only with 31 points, so Wayne Simmons definitely seems to be performing a lot better, but it seems like Oshie's helping Giroux and Voracek out. Matt Reed with 31 points, power play time. That power play time is helping him out a lot. 17 goals from Matt Reed as well, so that's pretty good. Walton with 24, Ryan White with 13, Gagne with 13, McMillan with 11, Kruger with 11. All right, so not bad there. Defenseman, we got Delzato with 21 points, Provorov with 11, Ghost with 8, Sanheim with 7, Luke Shen with 2, Robert Hagg with 2, Morin and Barberio didn't have anything in the games they played. And then goaltenders, we got Steve Mason. Obviously, he was a workhorse for us right there. 41 games played, 2.23 goals against average, 29, 10, and 1 with save percentage of .924. And now Neuwirth is going to have to come in, and he's not having the best year so far. 3.06, 3, 4, and 1, save percentage of .908. So we're going to have to rely on the shoulders right now, Michael Neuwirth. So, Stolars is in there. Is there any possibility of us trading? Well, I don't want to trade for one. Let's see. Is there any possibility of us getting a good free agent? Goaltender? Anybody still available? Goaltenders. Who's available still as a goaltender? Poulin. That's about it. And honestly, I would rather have Stolars in there than Poulin. So, I think that's what we'll have to roll with right now. So that's really unfortunate that we lost Steve Mason for that amount of time. Do we want to go another month and see how we do? Or do we want to stop here? Let's see. 32, 14, and 3. This is a big month too. It's a very, very hectic month. I think we should do it because if we have a rough month, then we can actually decide what we're going to do with the trade deadline. So I think that's probably our best bet here is to go through this month. Hopefully no injuries happen. We're going to pray that no injuries happen. Let's go by week by week. So let's go with that. Let's go by week, see how we do here. I'm hoping Neuwirth can pull our team together a bit, and that's not a good way to start with a 2-1 loss to Washington. Shootout loss. Get a win there. Hopefully Stoli can get us some wins too if he plays some games, but that's not good. 2, 2, and 1. That's not bad. All right, let's go another week. Another 4 games here. We got to make sure that we get most wins out of these weeks. Sean Couturier for a second-round pick and Riley Smith. Why would I ever want to do that? I'm going to decline that trade. There's no reason I would do that. I don't know why I would do that. Don't need that anywhere. Okay, there's another loss to Pittsburgh. Overtime loss and a win. Okay, so 2, 1, and 1. Not bad. We're coming positive. That's what our main goal is. while Steve Mason is out. We need to be positive through these months. So Neuwirth is doing a good job. Stoli, if he's playing games in there, he's doing a decent job as well. All right, 4-1 win over Columbus, 4-2 win over Arizona. Edmonton, they're a good team, 5-2 win over them. And then the LA Kings, that was a good week. Barring that, whatever happens with that game against the LA Kings, that was a very good week for us. Let's simulate. Past them, past New Jersey, and past Nashville. Win over LA, lost against New Jersey. That's a very good week for us, going 4-1. Very good bounce back week. All right, Stoli lost to Morel for an individual performance, so he must have got that game against the LA Kings. So he did, he did a decent job, I guess. All right, OHL. Let's scout the defensemen here in the OHL because they have the most defensemen of any league. And this last game against Nashville before the trade deadline is we get a 2-1 win over them. So very good. Okay, so Michael Neuwirth definitely pulled us through for that month. The first week was a little bit rough, going what was it? Going 2-1, but we picked it up after that. So what did we do in that month without Mason? So we went 2-1, 3-2-1, 3-3-1, 3-3-2, 4-3-2, 5-3-2, 6-7, 8-3-2, 8-4-2, 9-4-2 in that month. So not bad. Not a bad job there by Michael Neuwirth, to say the very least. And we still sit at a very comfortable record of 41-18-5. However, the Pittsburgh Penguins are hot on our tails. So Pittsburgh seems to be playing a hell of a lot better right now. But let's just check Michael Neuwirth's stats and Anthony Stolarz' stats through that little stretch. Okay, so Stoli actually played 6 games through that little tribulation right there. He went 3.48 goals against average, 2-3. Not great, but Neuwirth picked his game back up. He played, I think, a lot more games. What did he have? A record of 3-4-1, and he went 7-1-1. So Neuwirth picked his game up a hell of a lot better than Stolarz. I don't know why we played Stoli in so many games, but whatever. Neuwirth did his job, without question. Neuwirth did his job. So, that's where the Flyers currently stand. 41-18-5. I think we're still probably top in the league. We'll just double check this out. Just check the entire league. Like I said, Pittsburgh is hot on our tail. They're still 7 points behind us, but they have 3 games in hand on us. So, they still have 3 games left to play. But we're still a top team in the NHL right now. Nashville is actually caught back up to us as well. So it's actually big that we got a win over them, too, the top teams. All right, so here we are at the trade deadline. Nothing else needs to be said right now. I think we should just do like a mini little checkup here. We'll check the players. We'll see who's on the trading block, because I don't think I need to make any trades for anybody on the trading block. We'll just explore the possibilities. Let's see here of who was on the trading block. Actually, no, we'll look at the trading block for each team. We'll do that big thing that we can look at. Let's go to trade players, trading block. Let's browse the trading blocks. Let's see who's on the block for everybody. All right, so Anaheim wants to trade Frederik Andersen. That's a little bit interesting. So there's that. Andrew Ladd is up there to be traded, but these guys have a lot of trade value. We're looking for maybe some like depth players. Dustin Tokarski is available from the Buffalo Sabres, so he could maybe be a one-year deal. He could be an interesting player that you pick up for, just for the next month until Mason is back. He is technically a backup goaltender. He could probably get Tokarski for really cheap, maybe like a third-round pick. So that could be something that we do. You guys will have to let me know about that. Jonas Hiller, same kind of deal, 36, but he has 3 years left at $4 million. I think Tokarski will be a little bit better. Volchenkov from Carolina. Hall on Chicago, nobody there. Forsberg on Columbus. Lyles, Bushman, and Roussel. So, Roussel maybe, but not really. I don't really like the grinder type deal. Ben Bishop from the Red Wings. So, there must not be a good team. That's an interesting prospect right there. Reefers from Edmonton. Top 9 potential, 19 years old. Very low trade value. Bollig and Hudobin. Same kind of deal with Hudobin. So, there's that. Gugliev, Hayda. Nothing really too great there. Caffrey, nothing really too great there. Volchenkov, same kind of deal, low trade value. Henrik Lundqvist is on the trading block. Nobody on Nashville. Jersey, Kujawinski, Ryan Kujawinski. He's up there. Deschanel as well. They have Legwand, Olsen from Pittsburgh. Evgeny Medvedev. San Jose. Butseyev. Nobody on Tampa. Toronto, nobody on Toronto. Dan Hamhuis, Alexander Burrows, and Yannick Hansen from the Canucks. So there's some possibilities there. O'Brien and Tobias Enstrom on the Winnipeg Jets. Okay, so there's some interesting assets there being talked about on the trading block. And you know what? Let's just go to the potentials. Not the potentials, the progress reports, and just take a look at our progress so far with our players. Let's see how much they've grown and all that fun stuff. So Provorov has grown by 12. He's up to an 83 overall, which is good. I like to see that a lot. A lot of natural growth from him, so he's going to be definitely making his way up there. Ghost is up to an 82. Hag still at 84. Sandheim still at 85. Stoli obviously is up to a 79, but other than that, nobody else big overall jumps. You know, a couple of guys have some morale boosts, like Lawton's up to an 85, Giroux's back up to that 91, Couturier is still up at an 85, McMillan's up to an 82, Matt Reed's up to an 84, so that's good. Shen, Simmer, that's about it for everybody else, and Ryan White's up to an 83 as well. So in the system, just take a look at these guys. Anybody with big boosts, we have Julien Gauthier is up to a 79. Wow, he's actually growing a lot this year. 17 stats modified. He's getting fourth line time. He's growing a hell of a lot. All right, so Julian's growing. LaBerge, he's growing while sitting on the bench. Timo Meyer's up to an 80. So once again, morale boostage. So that's good. Albay Kubel, 75. Kevin Davis, he's growing, sitting on the bench. Edgar O'Sullivan's up to a 76. Konechny's up to a 79. Ulrich, once again. Nathan Noel's up to a 78. Cornell's up to an 80. We got a lot of good guys getting some overall boosts. I like that. And then Ranford, Vico, Nico. Yeah, we should maybe sign one of these goaltenders to back up. What's his face? To back up Matej Tomek in the minors, so that what's his face? Either one of those guys doesn't have to play. What's his name? Ouliette, just in case Ouliette doesn't have to play. Straka's not getting the big boosts there, so that might be it for Peter Straka. But yeah, a lot of players are getting the morale boostage. Let me see. Can I sign that guy? Can I sign one of those goaltenders? Is it possible to sign one of those goaltenders? Let's see here if we go to goaltenders. Go to in the system. I could sign Ranford, Rosehill, or Vixton. Who has the better potential? It probably would either be Rosehill or Vixton. I would probably sign Vixton because he's younger. He has the same overall as Ranford and Rosehill, but Ranford does have that back and forth potential to become like a backup. So you know what? I'm gonna sign Ranford. Ranford for a 3-year deal, sure. Let's get him in there. Has lost morale for having anxiety with his new team. But okay, you can lose all the anxiety you want, pal, but you're gonna get playing time. So I don't know what the hell you're bitching about. Let's go player morale because you probably want to have a meeting with us now. No, Peluja, he's still upset. You know what? We'll consider making some changes. Like I said, blah 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 blah. Let's go edit those lines. We'll take Ouliette out and we'll put in that new goaltender that we just currently signed. So Tomac, you go back in there. Ouliette, you can go with Ranford. Ranford gets put in there. So he'll be a little bit anxious, but you know what? We'll give him the start since he was scheduled to start. Actually, no, Tomac gets put back in there. There you go. Cool. All right, cool. So Phantoms are 37, 13, and 6. The Flyers are 41, 18, and 5. Still a good bit ahead right now. We are at the trade deadline, so you guys will have to let us know what happens with the trade deadline here. What do we do? Do we make that trade for the goaltender? Because, you know, that could be something. Mason is still going to be out for another month for this whole entire month of February. Neuwirth does seem to be playing a little bit better, but Mason will be back in time for the playoffs if we do make it to the playoffs, but I don't see why we shouldn't make the playoffs at this point. But you guys will have to let me know what happens with this Flyers team. Do we make any trades or anything of that sort? So let me know, guys. Leave a like, comment, subscribe as always. Let me know what we should do, and we'll see you guys in the next video.